Companies don't get to be 109 years old unless they become very good at reinventing themselves. And because we're 109 years old, and because we in so many ways define the business we're in, the trick to reinventing yourself is to really look to the past so that the things you do don't negate the things that you've accomplished. So in our case, when we decided to launch Vision Line, it was all about recapturing the vision that made Lionel great in the first place. And that meant lots of things, but most important, it meant a serious and total commitment to producing the very best, most innovative, exciting, and fun products that anybody has ever seen. And I think we can point to our history and show that we did a pretty good job of that for an awful long time. And I don't think we ever stopped focusing on it. But this is different. This is an effort to truly coordinate every effort that we do so that everything we make says that it's made by Lionel before you look at the box. Every engine we make can't just be a good die-cast operating system engine. It has to be spectacular. It has to have features nobody's ever seen before. It has to have slides on the body that work. It has to have tool chests that open. It has to have detail that, even though we feel we've accomplished great detail in the past, has never been done before. When we use features, when we use the operating features, and of course the legacy system was what gives us the power and the platform to do this, and that's why we took 3 years and millions of dollars to build it. They can't just be things that appeal to technicians. They have to appeal to practitioners, so that features like steam being blown down through the steam chest, that's never been done before in O-gauge, models that have never been done in O-gauge, things that put the operator literally in the train. And that's, I think, where it all started. Of course, because the tools and the systems were products of their time, what actually happened, the actual results, looking backward, seem primitive. But now with what we have, we feel that we can actually create realism to the point of where the person operating the train, the person playing with the train, and play is a really big word. I think we've lost sight of play. So the play makes it so real that it's about as into the operation as you can possibly get. And that's what Vision's about. Everything we do, anything we do, whether it's a steam engine that costs $2,000 or a boxcar that costs under $100, has to have reality. It has to have play. It has to have vision, real vision. That's not just a name, that's a commitment. So for Lionel, there's no reason to make one more plastic boxcar like everybody else's. We need to make product that gives the operator a chance to enjoy everything we're able to put in that car. So if it's a cattle car or a freight car, it has to have sound, it has to have motion, it has to have activity. Hell, it could even have smell, so that it's the most realistic thing that can possibly be done.
When I was a youngster growing up, playing with my Lionel Trainz around the Christmas tree, never dreamt that I would have the privilege of becoming the Chief Technical Officer of this company. It's a great feeling, and I really enjoy my job, and I've been given the opportunity to deliver what we call our Vision line of products. These Vision line of products allow me to express my creativity in ways unimaginable for this hobby. We are delivering key features, unique features, never been delivered before in a product of this type. What brings our Vision line uniqueness is the ability to bring the visual effects along with the audio effects present in our legacy engines. These visual effects include swinging bells, steam emanating from your whistle, and blowdown effects. To deliver our Vision product line, the first thing Lionel had to deliver was our legacy system. This set the foundation for being able to build and deliver functionality beyond what was normally available in this hobby. For us to deliver legacy, there was a long process and very complex process to get it just right for you. But we feel we've hit a home run with this product. Our legacy system has very unique features. These features are programmable and may be delivered to you in the form of updates. We have a nice visual display that allows you to build your lash-ups. It allows you to configure your trains easily so that you can get right into operating them. There is a touchpad. This touchpad will give you visual cues as to the functionality that you are getting from these new locomotives. The visual cues delivered to the touchpad allow you to see things that we are going to add as far as functionality. As you receive a locomotive that has ditch lights, these ditch light icons will show up in your touchpad, allowing you to operate them. If your locomotive doesn't have ditch lights, you will not have these icons on your touchpad, so it's very easy to quickly look at your remote, activate a feature, and get back to the business of operating your railroad. As we look forward and try to deliver the features for vision, we are building on our legacy system. So each feature is carefully adjusted to work with the control system and the delivery of the controls that you hold in your hand. To operate your whistle, we provided you a slider. This slider now is being leveraged to operate the actual intensity of the smoke coming out of your whistle, along with the linkage to your sounds. And the sounds, of course, varying in intensity, so you can develop your own signature whistle sequence. Each person has the ability to play the whistle that sounds right to them, to let them be engineer for that moment in time. In the case of our swinging bells, the single shot bell system will allow a person to work on the cab, to slide the slider on our cab, and when you release the bell, you will see the action of the bell as it goes through its motion and synchronizes the ding and the dong coming from the sound system. The steam effects associated with the blowdown will then be tied into the audio of our locomotive. As you operate your blowdown sound, which is a violent sounding release of steam on the sound system, you will see a plume of smoke emanating from the bottom of your locomotive. Being able to synchronize motion effects will generate incredible play value for the hobbyist. This feeling that you're not actually playing with a remote control, where you're playing with your train. You get to have feeling in your hand from the rumble of the cab as the locomotive starts to move. And you will also notice that we tied our control system of our engine to actually deliver a little bit of a shudder as the locomotive starts to move. It's trying to connect you to the actual operation of sitting inside of your train and enjoying it. Again, it's all about delivering you the playability and the play factor to immerse you in your train.
The Vision Line is what Joshua Lionel Cowan always envisioned Lionel would be, the ultimate destination for the very best in model railroading.
I have the privilege of presenting the CC2 locomotive, our very first Vision locomotive. The Vision locomotives are one of the finest detailed locomotives you can purchase.
Never before offered in O-gauge, Lionel proudly presents one of the rarest birds of the Pennsylvania line, the Class CC2S 0880 steam locomotive. One of only 10 of its kind built by Baldwin in 1919 for service on the Pennsylvania Railroad, this early mallet was the heavy-duty successor to the earlier experimental CC1. Weighing over 458,000 pounds, the hefty and powerful CC2S mallets were used for a variety of services, including working the hump on yard duty and transfer runs. The massive front cylinders on the CC2S were positioned unusually high, which ensured adequate track clearance when the locomotive was in operation. While 0880 engines were replaced over time by simple-powered articulated steam engines, a number of these big bruisers continued to pull heavy transfer runs and service the hump yards through the 1940s. Here's just some of the great features we've included. Dramatic blowdown effect, accurate whistle steam effect, user-controllable swinging bell, upgraded coupling and hose details, opening hatches and doors, enhanced interior and exterior lighting, state-of-the-art sound with Fat Boy speakers, runs on 072 curves.
In 2010, we will be bringing you the Santa Fe 210-10-2. This will bring you the same level of unprecedented detail as in the CC2 we are delivering currently.
The Santa Fe 210-10-2 was born out of the spirit of innovation. It was a daring attempt by the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway to improve upon its early successes with mallet-type locomotives and to push this concept to the limit. Their theory was simple. Combine two articulated engines under a single boiler with the aim of doubling the power of a single locomotive. By doing so, railroad companies expected to save big money on maintenance, fuel, and crew cost without compromising raw motive power. At that time, these were the largest locomotives in the world, over 120 feet in length with tender, and weighing nearly 1 million pounds. Besides its enormous size, one of the most arresting features of the 210-10-2 was the sleek turtleback tender that serviced the loco. With round